Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers. Captain Paul Bailey back here again, wearing one of my uniforms again. So in this video, I'm going to be ranking every single season of Star Trek from Enterprise down to Lower Deck. So I've mixed these all up. So you've got random seasons for each TV show and how I prefer to watch them and what I think of them as a whole. So let's sit there and go into warp speed. Why I will tell you every single season I've ranked them in, and now I've actually put these into 35 different categories. So I'm going to start this from 35 and make way up to number 1. So in 35th place, it is Enterprise Season 1. Now, Enterprise Season 1 has got some good episodes in it. It's got a very lot of bad episodes, and then it's got some kind of a few good ones. So Enterprise is a bit of a it's like having a bag of sweets. It's like a mixed bag of sweets. You put in your hand in trying to find what episodes you love about in this season. So that's what's mainly like. It's just literally going like, here's a bag. Right, here's a bag of sweets. I just go like that. Oh, yeah, Breaking Bad parts 1 and 2. That's quite good. Oh, yeah, Shockwave part 1. Yeah, that's kind of good. Oh, the one with the Vulcan's spying on the Andorians. Yeah, that's mainly it. That's the way I can actually describe Season 1 of Enterprise. It's very much like a mixed bag. It's a very, very much of a mixed bag. So you can't just sit there. You have to get your hand in and like swirl to find what episode you love, you know, everything about it. So that's mainly it for Season 1 of Enterprise. Now, next is the animated series. Now, this one, I consider it to be, it's supposed to have 2 seasons, but I consider it to be 1 season because of the way it is on the DVD. Now, even though it continues on after where the original series kind of ended, it's not a very, very kind of a good Star Trek cartoon series. I mean, Lower Decks is 10 times better than the animated series is. That's what I have to say. It's a lot better than the animated series Lower Decks is. But again, like I said with Enterprise, you have one good episode I do enjoy, is where they bring back the Tribbles, and they got these big giant Tribbles, and you got that alien and Cinnamon Jones is back in it again. That's another good thing. 33, it is Star Trek The Original Series Season 1. Now, Season 1 of the Original Series for me, again, it's very much like a mixed bag. You have to get a bag, you know, like so on. Get your hand in, trying to find, like, what episodes you like, you know. Oh, the one with the Gorn on the Cessna 3, that's a good episode. Space Seed is another good one. But the rest of Season 1 is not very entertaining for me. I do find it a little bit boring and stuff. It's not nothing to do with Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy, I do enjoy his performance as Spock. It's more William Shatner. I just don't like William Shatner as Captain Kirk in the TV series. He's a lot better in the films, but in the TV series, in the original stuff, that's the one problem I have with the original series, because Kirk cannot sit in the chair much longer. I am William Shatner. Season 1 of the original series is pretty much of a, as I say, it's like grabbing a bag, put your hand in, you try and find some good episodes you enjoy, some episodes you don't physically much enjoy. It's just a very, very kind of a mixed bag for the original series. Now, 32, it is Deep Space Nine Season 1. Again, with Deep Space Nine Season 1, this is where Deep Space Nine is starting to kind of like fan out its storylines and stuff, with Cisco becoming the emissary. You have the bit with Captain Picard and Lucas Borg at the beginning of the emissary. You have Major Kira. You got Odo, who's a shapeshifter. Quark, who's a Ferengi. Rom, who's his brother. And you have, again, Nog. Now, unfortunately, the person that played Nog, Aaron Emissyberg, if I've said that right, I am sorry, has passed away back in 2019. So I did do a little tribute talk to him, but he is one of my favourite characters out of Deep Space Nine as a whole. Now, Nog in Season 1 is a very, very kind of different character than he grows to be. Because he's like a normal Ferengi. He goes around stealing. He tries to get his own way. He goes to school with Jake and he tells lies and stuff. So that's the one thing I like about Nog, is just that when he changes all through the course of the seasons. But again, for episodes of Deep Space Nine, like I say with Enterprise and the original series, it's a very, very of a mixed bag. You just have to put your hand in and find some good episodes. Like, I absolutely love Q Less. Q Less is a great episode. I like the way they bring back Q into Deep Space Nine. Next, in 31 place, is Enterprise Season 2. Now, again, Enterprise Season 2, it's a very much like a mixed bag of good episodes. It's got more good episodes in it than Season 1 does. I mean, you have Shockwave Part 2, when you see the LX-01 faking a warp core breach, and then they just go into warp, trying to get away from the Suliban, and then you have Archer coming through and goes, "I say you ugly green bastard, Silik." I absolutely do like that bit, and I like other stories like Judgment, where Captain Jonathan Archer is put on trial by the Klingons for helping an enemy of the Klingon Empire escape. And then when you see the Cindy weapon in the last episode, the Expanse literally just comes and destroys part of Earth, and Enterprise gets recalled, and it has a major refit, and then it goes to the Expanse, and that's where it ends off. Even though you got like the little bit with Duras the Klingon, chasing after the NX-01. 30 now is Voyager Season 1. Now, as I say in my review for Season 1 of Voyager is good. I do enjoy it. But it's not as good as other Star Trek stuff. For Voyager, yes, it is great. But when you mix it in with all the other Star Trek series and seasons, Season 1 does kind of like fan out a bit for Voyager for me. I love Caretaker. That's a great pilot episode. But then you have some other episodes. You get some, as I say with the others, you get it's like having a bag. Like a mixed bag. You put your hand in trying to find a good episode of the season. Now, Season 1 for me does have a load more good episodes than the other ones I've just mentioned. But it's not really the best season for Voyager, because we're coming up to the best ones. 29 is Deep Space Nine Season 2. Again, this is where Deep Space Nine starts getting a lot better. You have the bit with the Circle, with the Bajorans, and the Marquis, and of course the Jem'Hadar and stuff, but it's still very much very, very not exploration. It's like you were sitting by a wormhole, you're waiting for things to come to them instead of them going out, seeking out and explore. Which is why I love it when they get the Defiant and they go off into the Gamma Quadrant in the Defiant. That's the one thing I love about Deep Space Nine Season 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. 28, it is Star Trek The Original Series Season 3. Now, Season 3, I feel like it's a bit of a step downwards. Season 2 of the series, I absolutely love. Season 2 is absolutely one of the best seasons for the original series for Captain Kirk. Season 3, it just feels like, for me, to say this, it goes like Season 1, 2 higher, then 3. It has some, there's not really menable you know what I'm trying to say. There's not really episodes that I can remember really well in Season 3. I mean, you've got Spock's Brain, which is terrible. You have the Enterprise Innocence with the Romulan vessels. Like, Romulans are getting hold of Klingons and so on because of a treaty with the Klingons. That's just mainly it, really, I can say about that. I just don't know much about Season 3 because I watched halfway through the season and I'm just turning it off because I can't ever make it through Season 3 of the original series. It's just one of the Star Trek seasons I just cannot watch. Next is the Next Generation Season 1 in 27th place. Now, this one for me, yes, it is a very, very mixed bag, like I say with the others. But you have Encounter Farpoint, which is amazing. I do love that pilot. You have the one with the Bynard stealing the Enterprise. Then you've got Data and Law and The Last Outpost. And then, of course, the battle, even with Skin of Evil. Skin of Evil is my all-time favourite TNG episode out of Season 1. It's just absolutely love it. I absolutely love it because that was the very first episode I ever watched of The Next Generation. When you see Armus goes, "I am Armus. Who are you and why are you here?" And I love the bit when he literally, where you got Riker scream, go, "Help! Data, Suffering's got me. Touch him and he dies." No! I absolutely love that episode. And of course we have Conspiracy, which is another good episode when you see the little giant slug things in Starfleet, with other random stuff as well. Even with the Neutral Zone, I do love that with the return of the Romulans into the series. Next is Voyager Season 2 in 26th place. Now, this is where Voyager has a lot of bad episodes. I mean, come on, this is the season with threshold in it where Janeway and Tom Paris end up turning into like lizard people and have little babies, and they pop off with babies. And yeah, this is the one season I don't enjoy. I mean, the only good thing about it, I do like the bit with Tom Paris and Neelix is having a fight over Kess. I like certain other stuff, but it's not really enjoyable as season 1. I mean, the K's-on episodes are quite good. I like the episode with the Alliance. That's the one that I do absolutely love, for it stands out, where Janeway is trying to make an alliance, and then a Kazon ship just comes out and starts killing other Kazons, and the Voyager crews escape. I do like that. Where was I? Yeah. 25 is Deep Space Nine Season 3. Now, this is where Deep Space Nine starts getting into its little bit of a strap. The only problem I have with this is the theme tune, because the theme tune is still really, really slow. Season 4 is when it jazzes up a bit and it goes a lot better. But for Season 3, I can't say much about the theme tune, because I don't like the theme tune yet. I normally skip the theme tune for Season 3. Because it doesn't really feel like the pace the show's going at this point. Now, you do have some good episodes like the Search Parts 1 and 2. The Defiant with Thomas Riker, Commander Riker's clone, when he steals the Defiant with Major Kira as a hostage, and 2 members of the Maquis. It's still got some pretty much good episodes in it. And when Commander Sisko gets promoted to Captain Sisko in the final episode of the season, which is absolutely another great episode. And then Odo is forced to kill a changeling. Yeah, I really love that episode. Right then, 24, it is Voyager Season 3. Now, Voyager Season 3, this is where Voyager gets into its stride. I mean, you leave all the stuff with the K's on, you have flashback, you have they come across 2 Ferengi that we see in the Next Generation that end up disappearing through the wormhole, and they ended up taking people as gods and stuff. But Season 3 is good. You have the introduction to the Borg after First Contact. So I love that bit when you see like Voyager coming across a dead Borg cube, and then you have the kind of First Contact music and like the creepiness of the Borg from First Contact theme. I do like that. And of course you have Scorpion Part 1, and that's another good part. I loved that one. 23 is The Next Generation Season 2. Now, this is where The Next Generation, for me, does try and get a lot better, but having them get rid of Dr. Crusher, played by Gates McFellen, and they get Dr. Pulaski, and Dr. Pulaski feels very much of another type of Bones, like Dr. McCoy was in the original series. She doesn't really, I don't really connect with her character. It feels like I'm just trying to copy Dr. McCoy. My attitude and everything's going to be off him, and I'm like, it's just really, really not a great opportunity. You do have some good episodes in it, like The Matter of Honor, the one with the big giant wormhole with the Enterprise, and it flings Captain Picard back in time. And of course, Q-Who, when Q flings the Enterprise like that, and flings it to the System J25 to encounter the Borg cube. But you have other bad episodes in this as well. Next on the list is, in 22th place, it is Discovery Season 1. Now, Discovery Season 1, I love it. It's a great new Star Trek series. It's the very first time we had Star Trek back on the telly since Star Trek Enterprise was cancelled back in 2005. But for me, it feels very much of a kind of a mixed bag. I mean, you've got part of it set in the Klingon War, then the Mirror Universe, and then they get back into our universe, and it's just like the Klingon War still carrying on. It's a bit jumbled. That's the one thing I have about Season 1. It feels very, very much jumbled. The only thing I love about it is the Harry Mudd episodes where you see him like trying to kill the amount of times he kills Lorca and destroys Discovery. 21 now, and it is Star Trek The Next Generation Season 6. Season 6, for me, I have to say, it is good. I do like it. You've got some good episodes, like where Captain Picard gets turned into a child, and the Ferengi are trying to steal the Enterprise. You've got the one with when they bring back James Dolphin, who plays Scotty in the original series. When they bring him back and they give him a shuttle so he can go off and explore the 24th century. Also, you do have some other good episodes, like the one where Picard's like dead, and Q goes, "Welcome to the afterlife, Jean-Luc. Congratulations, you're dead." I absolutely do like that kind of episode when you see Picard kicking 3 Nausicans' arses, and then he gets stabbed with a knife and he's just there laughing about it. That's the one thing I can say. Of course, you do have Descent Part 1 as well, which is another good episode. I do like that one. And I like the cliffhanger The sons of Sung have joined together, and together we will destroy the Federation. I do like that episode. Next in 20th place is Deep Space Nine Season 4. Now, this is where Deep Space Nine, for me, gets a lot better. I mean, you got a Klingon war, you have that amazing battle of Deep Space Nine, and I love the bit with the Klingons trying to claw Cisco's bluff. He goes, "We've had more than a year to prepare this station for a Dominion attack, and we're more than ready." I love the bit when they're halfway through the battle, and Cisco goes, where he's like there talking and goes, "Not really, my shields are holding, and my reinforcements are a lot more close than yours. You're facing a 1 and 2 fronts, is that what you really want?" And I do like it when you have the rest of the season going around a bit of the Klingon Empire, like the Klingon War, the Federation, and certain other stuff. Even though when Odo gets turned into a human because that's his punishment by the changelings, quite enjoyable. 19th place, it is the original series season 2. So this is all the original series over with now. Now, season 2, I do like the Trouble with Tribbles. I like the Doomsday Machine. Pretty much every single episode of season 2 I absolutely enjoy. This is where the original series for me gets 100% better. It's a lot better than season 1, and it's a lot better than season 3, but this is where the original series is at its top peak. This is where I feel the original series is literally at the toppest peak of it, and I just love every single episode about season 2. It's a good season to sit down, and William Shatner is better as Kirk in this. It's just a shame his performance kind of drips down in season 3, and it's like, why? For me, season 2 is literally a big massive step up for the original series, and then when you get to season 3, it's like back down. It's like, no. Now, coming into 18th place, it is Lower Decks Season 1. I love Lower Decks. Lower Decks Season 1 is one of the best seasons. You've got so many Easter eggs and so many like callbacks to other Star Trek episodes in the franchise. And of course, you have the Titan coming into it and Commander Riker. Now, when you watch Star Trek Nemesis and you see Commander Riker getting a promotion to the Titan, you don't really know more than that apart from the books. And then all of a sudden you get in Lower Decks, and then all of a sudden you just have Riker in the Titan. You have Boimler, who's one of my favourite characters. That literally goes and leaves the Cerritos to go to the Titan. Yeah, I absolutely do love Lower Decks Season 1. And in 17th place is Lower Decks Season 2. Now, Season 2 is still in the middle of being broadcast on Amazon Prime every Friday. So by the time, like, say around about next year, if I do another video of like this, I think Lower Decks will probably move up. Season 2 of Lower Decks will probably move up. But at the moment, it's literally in 17th place. Because, again, like Season 1, I love the callbacks and other stuff. But I've only put it here for now because I want to count it in. And it's just absolutely a lovable season. I do love it. I like when you have Boimler who gets transported, and then in the version of him escapes in the shuttlecraft. So he's like, "Oh, I got duplicated," and then at the end you have Riker going, "I know what it's like to have a duplication clone. Believe me, I know." And then he's like there going to Boimler, and he goes, "Well, what have you?" And then when one steps forward, and he goes, "What the hell, man? I thought you were gonna let me stay, and you can go back to the Cerritos." I do like that episode. So where was I? 16 now is Voyager Season 5. Season 5, I have to say, for Voyager is good. It's a bit of a step down from Season 4, but it's still enjoyable. You have Tom and B'Elanna's wedding. You have Dark Frontier with the Borg and Seven's parents, so you get a bit of a flashback. And you have some other good episodes. I'm just watching Season 5. I'm literally on 2 last episodes, and then I think there will be a review coming out tomorrow about Season 5 of Voyager, so fingers crossed. And then next week, round about Season 6. Again, I do enjoy Season 5 of Voyager. It's quite good. There's only a few episodes that I just don't like so far. Rewatching it, I'm going to say that in my review. But it's pretty much a good season, in a way. Next on the list, in 15th place, is Enterprise Season 4. Season 4 is good. You got some good episodes. The only bad episode for me is the very last one. These are the Voyages, where they bring in Commander Riker and make out Enterprise as a whole holodeck situation for it's like, what? I am so confused at that point. And then they go and kill Commander Tucker. It's like, what? Don't kill him. The only episodes I do enjoy is the one with the Columbia when they go to get Phlox after he was kidnapped by Section 31. And of course, the one with Ninja Song's great grandfather when he goes to the augments and trying to get hold of their other brothers and sisters in the station. Quite enjoy that. 14, it is Star Trek The Next Generation Season 5. Season 5, you have the introduction story to the Bajorans, who become a big part of Deep Space Nine. You have Ro Laren, who basically they wanted to become a big part of Deep Space Nine, but she was like, no, I just can't be bothered to come back into Star Trek, so I'll come back into Season 7 of The Next Generation. I don't think she's in Season 6. I need to rewatch Season 6 of The Next Gen. It's been a while. I'm literally watching Voyager, then going to Deep Space Nine, The Next Gen, and so on. So there will be reviews coming out for each season of every Star Trek show I'm going to be rewatching. Like I do with Doctor Who's, like I talk about the seasons and then I review each story, but I'm doing it with just Star Trek, just reviewing the seasons. So that's mainly it. 13th place, it is Discovery Season 3. Now, Season 3, I do like the way they jumped into the far future, into the 31st century. I like the bit with the burn, and I like the way you got the Andorians and the Orions working together. They've got an alliance, and then when you see them not stealing Discovery, and I'm like, oh, this is Discovery with the Spore Drive. And then when you see them attacking the Federation, and then Burnham just stops them by killing the Orion female version. Normally, I thought it was the males that were a strive in the Orion Syndicate, but it turns out after some point it's just the females come to power and the men are their slaves, which is kind of a bit of a fair bit because in the original series they're like an Enterprise, the females are their slaves, and then coming into Discovery Season 3, it's like, oh no, we've took over. The males do become our slaves instead. So yeah, really great to see the opposite side for that one. Next in 12th place is Star Trek Voyager Season 6. Season 6 for Voyager, I love it, where you got the Borg children, you have the Equinox Part 2 with Janeway actually chasing down, and you see a darker side to Janeway, like how she's trying to feel how she's angry for Captain Ransom for ruining the Prime Directive, and she's got to go after him. I like Season 6 for a lot of other stuff as well. And I'm going to say this when I review Season 6. I don't want you to spoil the ones I haven't reviewed yet for you. Because I know at the moment my reviews on Voyager are becoming very, very popular. So I'm hoping my Star Trek videos do go a lot popular with people. 12th place is Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 6. Now, 11th place for me of Deep Space Nine. It's a great season. You got the Dominion War. You got Sisko like making a pact with Garrick to bring in the Romulans to fake a Romulan message, like a Dominion message saying, "Oh, we're going to invade Romulus," and that lot. But I absolutely do like it, especially when you have Worf and Jatsia's wedding. You got them trying to regain Deep Space Nine. You got the battle of the Chakotay system, and where Jatsia dies, and then Sisko just goes and leaves off for Earth. I really think Season 6 leaves off with a powerful message at the end of the season. Right, now we're into my top 10. My 10 favourite seasons of Star Trek of all time. So in 10th place, it's Star Trek The Next Generation Season 4. Now, I love this one because you have The Best of Both Worlds Part 2. You have Brothers, then you got the one where Nina Song brings back Law and Data together, and then Law kills his father. Also, you have Family with Jean-Luc Picard, and you see how much the Borg have affected, like the incident with the Borg assimilating him into the cuties has affected him and other stuff. So you do see a lot of stuff with that. Plus, you see redemption when Lieutenant Worf finds out he's got a son, and his mate Kayla is literally been murdered by Duras, so he goes and murders Duras. And then you have redemption part 1, where Worf resigns as a Starfleet officer to go into the Klingon Civil War. I do kind of enjoy Season 4. 9th place is Enterprise Season 3. So this is all of Enterprises now. Now, Enterprise has made it into my top 10 seasons. For Season 3, I love the whole bit with the Cindy. I like to see how the characters that we knew from Season 1 and 2 are pushed. With T'Pol, you see how much she's pushed. I mean, she has a sexual relationship with Commander Tucker during this season, and you do see a bit of nudity with her, but you just see the back of her, not really like the front, which is very, very disappointing. But you do see other stuff in Enterprise. You see the Cindy battle. You see them like making the weapon. You see Captain Archer trying to stop the Cindy from trying to launch the weapon. You see the Cindy kidnapping Hoshi. You know, this is another great season of Enterprise. I do enjoy. 8th place, it is Voyager season 7. Now, for me, season 7 for Voyager, for me, it's a great season. I mean, you have Endgame, the final part. You have Unimatrix Zero Part 1. You have the one with Flesh and Blood, with the holograms going around killing the erosion. Plus, you have Q2. Now, I absolutely love it when you see Q2 taking Voyager to Borg. And then the original Q comes in and goes, "If the continuous told you once, I told you thousands of times, you don't provoke the Borg." I absolutely like the way he tells his son off, and it's another great episode. I do enjoy that one. And I like the bit with the Ferengi trying to get Voyager back so they can try and steal the Borg, like 7 or 9 from Voyager, and try and sell their Borg parts on. So that's what I enjoy. 7th place is Deep Space Nine Season 7. Now, Season 7 of Deep Space Nine is a great season finale for Deep Space Nine. Captain Sisko's back in charge of Deep Space Nine. You continue on with the Dominion War. You have Worf, Jadzia, Quark. Not Jadzia, so you have Worf, Dr. Bashir, Miles O'Brien, and Quark like trying to get Jadzia into Stavocor because Worf's really upset that she isn't in Stavocor. It's another great season of Deep Space Nine. And I love What You Leave Behind as well, because that was a good episode. And when you see Sisko sacrifice his life to join the Prophets at the final season, it's another good episode, that one is. 6th place is The Next Generation Season 7. Again, I love Season 7 of The Next Generation. You do have some good episodes like Descent Part 2. Then you have the Gambit Part 1 and 2 where Captain Picard is kidnapped and then he's forced to join a rebel team. And it's a great good season, to be honest with you, Season 7. I love all good things, because I thought, to be honest with you, before we watched the trial, when the trailer came out for Star Trek Picard Season 2, and you have Q saying the trial never ended, I thought the trial really did ended in The Next Generation. That's what I thought that was the point of The Next Generation Season 7, where the trial ends against the humanity, like Q's like claims against humanity. But we're going back into Picard, and that's coming back up. So I've rewatched that, and I'm like, oh no, he says the trial never ends. Oh, that's the one thing I had to rewatch about, because I thought the trial ended. No, the trial never ends, John Luke. That's what he says. Right, now into my top 5 seasons of Star Trek, in all of them. So in 5th place, it is Voyager Season 4. I love Season 4 of Voyager. I mean, you've got Scorpion Part 2. You have all the episodes with the erosion and Species 8472, like Prey. You have the episode where the Federation make contact with Voyager. You have the episode where the Doctor is transmitted into the Prometheus, and that ship's been took over by Romulans. So they're all helping there. Quite enjoy Season 4. In 4th place is Discovery Season 2. Now, this is the season I love because they bring back one great character that was in the cage in the very first pilot of Star Trek, which is Captain Christopher Pike. And it's just a shame he didn't really have a season of his own, or a series of his own, until Strange New Worlds come out. So I love the way you see Captain Pike take over command of Discovery. And he's there with Michael Burnham and stuff, and then to go and get Spock, and then, so on and so on and so on. And then at the final episode, he goes, when he sees Discovery going into the portal to the future, and he goes, "Goodbye, my family." And you have Spock there remembering Michael Burnham. So that's another good thing about Season 2 of Discovery I love. 3rd place, it is the Star Trek Picard Season 1. I love Picard. I don't really like the first episode as much, but during the 9 episodes after, I absolutely enjoy it. I like the way they bring in 7 and 9. You owe me a new ship, Picard. I do like that. I like the way they bring back E-Chip, who is one of the Borg children that Voyager bring back to the Alpha Quadrant, and you see him, Seven has to kill him because he's had his Borg stuff taken off him and he lost his eye and stuff. It's very, very heartbroken, but when you see 7 and 9 connects up to the Borg cube saying, "We are Borg," and then she follows the Borg cube to Picard because she knows he's in danger, and I like the way she joins Picard's little rebel crew in the final episode, and Picard does die and becomes a golem, which is another good thing. Picard can't die then for quite a while. I do enjoy that. Now into my top 2 seasons. Now, 2nd place is The Next Generation Season 3. Season 3, I love because you got Yes's Enterprise. You have the one with the the Federation watching the people that used to be like them, like in the caveman era. I do like that episode. I love Best of Both Worlds Part 1. I love the bit where you have Picard hailing the Borg. And they go, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, using the strongest vessel of the fleet, you will speak for your people. I do like that episode. I like the one with Q when he becomes human and Guinan gets a fork and just stab him in his hand. That's another good episode. So yeah, season 3 is my second favourite season of all Star Trek. Now, my all-time favourite Star Trek series is, of course, Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 5. Now, Season 5 for me, I love because, one, you have it when it goes back in time to Captain Kirk, to the episode with Captain Kirk opposite in K7 with the Klingons and Tribbles. I love the very first episode where the end of the Klingon War, with when they find out Mortok is a changeling. And again, you have good episodes where you see, like, Call to Arms, where Captain Sisko is forced to abandon the station because of the attack against the Dominion. But he does mine off the wormhole, which really do pee off the Cardassians and the Jem'Hadar and Wei-Lum. And he goes, this is not going the way it should do. And he goes, I can see that. I absolutely do like Deep Space Nine Season 5. It's a good season. And then you have the wedding between Rom and Leeta the Bajoran. So Rom marries a Bajoran woman. No, Rom is a Ferengi, so he goes and marries a Bajoran woman. I do like Deep Space Nine Season 5. It's a great season, and this is where you see Nog comes back onto the crew of Deep Space Nine, because in the previous season, he left Deep Space Nine to go to Earth to go into Starfleet Academy. And then Season 5, he comes back to the station, which is another good way. So, yeah, this is how I rank every single season of Star Trek from 35 to 1. Let me know in the comments what you think of my list. Do you agree with my list? Do you have... What is your all-time favourite Star Trek season? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share. And join me for another video tomorrow. Live long and prosper. And make it so.